Okay, so yes, thank you, Carolyn. As you mentioned, I'm Matt from Mini World Masters. I'm the dungeon master and founder. And today we're going to go on a little adventure. And feel free to send us some donations to either help or hinder the party along their way. Primarily, hopefully, help them. But sometimes, if you want to shake things up with some chaos, please do so. Without further ado, though, today's adventure is called The Crystal Hearted. The adventure takes place in the realm of Mora, within the Feywild, a land of magic, warmth, and endless light. It is the home of the goddess of sun, Suthea. Suthea resides within the great sun citadel, a large structure made of crystallized branches and leaves that shine and sparkle with the light of the sun. These branches and leaves form into a large semicircular structure with huge spindled rays representing the rays of sunlight stretching out for miles in all directions. It is so bright that many who look upon it without proper care are blinded by its iridescence. But those who look with caution can see all the colors in the spectrum dance across the peaks of each ray. Across the vastness of this wild and magical lands of endless light, there live the creatures which call it home. And we're going to go through our character introductions here. We'll start with you, Carolyn.
All right.
So it's
Um,
who are you? What do you look like? And where are you in the Feywild right now?
so my character is Jolana Snowfeather, or as everyone calls her, Snowy. She is an owlin that is completely snow white except for a little ring of black around her right eye. Um, Not very talkative. As a child, was sick, and the orphanage slash temple she was at getting treatment. Adventurers saved, particularly a ranger who sniped off anyone before they could get to it. It inspired her, and now she is a ranger stopping trouble before it starts. Basically, just wandering through the woods at the moment because they are very go with the flow. They just go wherever trouble is to stop it. So that is me.
Okay. John, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. So I'm playing Ginger Snap, who is a fairy of the Feywilds. They have kind of like short, spiky blonde hair, wearing leather armor, but with a hand knit wool purple sweater over top of it, with their little like butterfly-esque wings sticking out from behind, that are kind of almost like transparent. And as you look at them, like especially through sunlight coming through them, they kind of give like the coloration of sugar as it's caramelizing. Um, they spent some time in a special force of fairies that trained with giants as little shock troopers that would fly in as small fairies and then transform into large behemoths and cause chaos.
Amazing. Rob, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. I'm playing Tolan. Tolan is a hill dwarf. He's a cleric of the goddess Avina, the goddess of life, mother of life on the material plane. Um, he's a dwarf, bald on the top of his head, but big bushy beard. He's a pretty rotund guy even for a dwarf. Um, he's dedicated his life to healing, to helping the sick and the injured, and he's spent most of his adventuring career traveling the lands of the Feywilds, going wherever he's needed to help the sick and the injured. And he's in his time in his travels, he's found that even though he can help to heal physical wounds, one of the biggest challenges is that people who need that kind of help often lose heart, and they aren't they need cheering up more so than physical help in many cases. So he also started picking up some little performance tricks here and there, and so he's become a little bit of a bard. He plays the pan flute and sings little songs, and he knows some prestidigitation and other things like that to help cheer up his patients. And so he travels around, but at the moment, I think he would probably be in some village in the Feywilds that he's found where they happen to be without a town doctor, and he's probably playing that role, helping out with a little clinic there for a little while before moving on when he feels like he's needed more elsewhere.
It's beautiful. Kat, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. So Strone Wallowfield is a non-binary stoat halfling. Loves to cook. Grew up on the family farm as cooking from a young age, cooking next to their grandmother, and hearing all of the stories of their grandmother recounting the great adventures that she had and all the people she met and the amazing foods that she ate. And so, and kind of inspired by their grandmother, Strone has taken to a life of adventure and exploring for themselves, trying to find all of the cuisines of the lands and really kind of sharing them with whoever wants to eat them, and loves to kind of break bread with friends, and always tends to have some sort of yummy treat in their back pocket ready to share.
That's awesome. And last but not least, like to describe your character?
Yeah, for sure. I'll be playing Scott. His full name Ilawar Kinnescuttle, which he never goes by. Like just call me Scott, man. It's fine. Is a high elf with very flowing, long blonde hair going about down to the middle of his torso. Has like quite a thin, um, pretty muscular build to him, so he stands pretty tall and lanky. Um, doesn't really carry much on him in terms of supplies and all that. It's very light load kind of person, and noticing a bit of a theme because he also happens to just be a Feywilds traveler going from place to place, trying to do good. He used to be an acolyte for a temple to Suthea in his young ages, but since then he's taken to sharing that good outside of that one individual building and heading out and just exploring all across the Feywilds, and just has a really just like chill outlook towards things. Like nothing really gets under his skin. He's just vibing. It's good. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And
So,
he is a sorcerer as well. I should just mention as well. Just very laid back. Doesn't have to work for stuff. Just he's got it in him. That's it.
it just comes to me. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, as each of you go about your daily business, and the warmth of the endless sun shines down upon you, the light grows and grows until it begins to blind you. You shield your eyes instinctively, but the light penetrates and envelops your entire being until it is everything. You begin to lose feeling in your body. Your mind is filled with only warmth and light, and a voice echoes in your mind, soft and kind, and fills you with love. The mother of sunlight calls you to duty. You are needed, children of the Fae, needed by the light. Our great mother of sunlight is in pain. A curse has befallen her, and she needs your help to cure her. You are the chosen few. And without you, the sun may never shine on the material plane again, and all will be lost to Nita, the moon goddess. You must recover the crystal shard of the sun's citadel from the forest of forget. Beware the path ahead, though, for there are only those who would work against the light within those wilds. Go now, and make haste, and may the light of Suthea guide thee. And as the voice echoes into the beyond, fading into your memory, your eyes blink as the light fades from blinding white to where you now see a dense forest of green ahead of you and endless fields of lush grass behind you. And around you, each of you see 4 other individuals. And that's where
Cool.
we'll begin our adventure for today.
All right. Well, first thing I'm probably going to do is just brush off any dust, anything like that, and quickly assess the area. You'd see my head almost tilt on a swivel, looking to see if there's any immediate danger in the trees or the far off.
You see a leather armored fairy, small hill dwarf, an even smaller halfling, and a tall, lanky high elf standing near to you. You're all standing in kind of a semicircle, all facing this endless path of tangled roots and thick trees of this dense, high canopied forest before you. You feel the subtle breeze from this long, endless meadow behind you blowing as you see the grass kind of from the passing wind, like waves in the ocean.
Absolute opposite of trying to assess the situation. Scott's just sort of nodding his head, looks around, and says, "Are you guys also chosen? Was it just me, or you guys too?"
It would seem so, yes.
Cool, cool.
I
Wow,
just
that's
slowly nod and look at you quietly.
Drone kind of instinctually reaches into their pocket and pulls out a tart and just starts eating it. Is anyone else hungry? I get nervous and I eat when I'm hungry, and pulls out some more tarts and offers them up.
I'll grab a tart and then quickly fly up to a low-hanging branch in one of these trees and just kind of sit up there and munch on this.
I'll go over, pick up a tart, and just
They're lemon.
very softly say, "Thank you." And then go back to my spot and kind of just hold it, waiting.
I'll take what as well. Just
It's a
without
recipe that
any
my
words.
grandmother gave me.
Nolan also takes one. Thank you. That's very kind.
I always think if we're going to have an adventure, you should have something good to eat before you go.
That is very sensible. So I suppose our goal is to prevent sunlight from being kept from the material plane. Does anyone know which direction we need to head in?
We're all in a semicircle facing towards that path.
Well, facing towards a thick, tangled mess of roots, trees, high stretching canopy,
Right.
thick
Okay.
undergrowth, many plants scattered widely beyond, bearing colorful flowers, some of them with the promise of fruit.
Is there any sort of discernible path or halfling-sized path that I might see?
Say, roll me a perception check.
I can do that. Oh, that would be a natural one.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a good
As you
thing
look
I'm
at-
lucky.
Your eyes are drawn all in different directions as you look into it and you see no ascertainable path directly. It seems as though one would never want to even traverse such a forest by the look of it. But as you do hear a rustling within the bush nearby when suddenly a small pink bunny pops forth in front of all of you. You see a small, very tiny, pointed, wide-brimmed hat with little holes for its ears to poke through atop its head, and it kind of like, oh, hello. Oh, excuse me. Apologies, I had a nut stuck in my throat there. Hello there. I am Harriet, and I am here to. Hold on a moment. Are you 5 who I am looking for? Sent here from the Citadel?
The Chosen, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Raise my hand.
Oh, 5 there. Yes.
Offers up a tart.
Oh, thank you. I'm watching my waistline. Appreciate that. Okay. Well, work with what I've got here. So yes, I am Harriet, and I am appointed to be your guide through this forest of forget. There is an evil hag that has stolen the crystal shard from the Sun Citadel, as you may have guessed, and they do dwell within this forest somewhere. I don't entirely know the way, but I do know who does. We will be looking for a great green dragon named Arkuakir. He dwells somewhere in here. I do know the path, though it is Forest of Forget, and it is a bit confusing. So please follow my directions exactly, or you will get lost forever.
All right.
Well,
Understood.
I don't want to be lost.
No. No, not at all. Not in here. You will almost certainly never find your way out otherwise. Looking way up at everyone, as he's just a little tiny, 1 foot tall, maybe bunny.
Seems aptly named then. Okay, sure. And okay, I mean I've heard stuff about green dragons. This Arcuacier, they're all
Not
right.
to be trifled with would be the words we're looking for here.
Right.
Arcuac is very ancient. I do not remember a time, although I don't remember too much anyways. I do not remember a time of which they were not around. I wouldn't recommend getting into a scrap, so to speak. Warriors? Is that a proper term that I shall call you?
Like adventuring cooks. But that's just me. Probably.
Right.
That
Just a
sounds-
reminder, rabbit stew is off the menu for now, correct?
Yes, okay. That makes sense.
Good.
Friends just call me
Wouldn't,
Snowy.
Snowy, right. Also, off the menu, small bunny, owl, yes.
She
Just want to
looks
confirm.
unimpressed and just crosses her arms.
Good. Just wanted to get that out of the way. So, yes, if you've all got yourselves organized, you have equipment, everything you need for this? Because it's a bit confusing, so I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page. We are looking for the nest of the dragon. It is located somewhere in the hedgehog maze. However, the path there is a bit confusing, so we're going to be following the path of the pink posies. It will lead us into the forest, of course, to the Bridge of Forever. And without crossing the bridge properly, we will merely be lost forever.
Really good naming convention here. They like have stuff figured out.
Oh, well, impossible to map this, so you've kind of got to go with your gut, turn left at the big rock, follow the path of pink posies, that sort of land,
Oh, I can do that.
Right.
All right.
Great. So if you're all ready then, keep close and follow me as he just turns and begins to bounce into the woods. Dong, 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 dong.
Without
Don't
any sort
proceed
of question.
to kind of try to bounce behind them.
I will flutter directly above them.
Okay.
Olin is going to follow along and sort of reach into his pocket as he goes and pull out a pan flute and just start sort of tootling on the pan flute as he walks.
I'll probably bring up the rear, just keeping an eye on our flank, and also looking at. I apologize, Rob. What was his name again?
Tolan.
Tolan seeming intrigued by this pan flute.
Stay kind of next to Tolan and just enjoy the music. Just kind of walk with a long, slow gait, the long legs, and keep up.
So as you guys begin to follow Harriet into the dark, tall underbrush of the Forest of Forget, as you continue on, you see every so often, maybe every 30, 40 feet or so throughout the path, you see a small pink posy that you pass by, and you see Harriet kind of like, okay, yes, we're on the right track here so far. Just keep close. Everybody hold hands if you need to. Do not wander off of the path. I cannot emphasize that enough. So as you do continue, I'll need everybody to make me a survival check.
Not bad.
It's an 11 for me.
That's a 7.
12. Sorry, 22.
Ooh.
Big difference.
16.
Got my
17.
16, 17, okay. So as you guys are traveling along, and you hear every so often kind of, yes, this way, can we hurry along then, yes? And 1 hour turns into 2, 2 into 3. Tolan, as you're playing your flute along, you find yourself drifting off the path. Before you guys turn, noticing that he has drifted off the path about 30 feet. You hear Harriet kind of, hurry up then! Hurry up! He's beginning to get a little bit of a ways from you guys. What do you want to do?
It's only 30 feet away. I can kind of like drift to the in between to try to keep an eye on both of them and try to draw them back.
Okay.
Before you do.
Ooh.
Yes, I have rope. I'm just going to hand you one end of the rope and say, don't let go.
All right.
Then I've
Hold on
tied
to
it
that.
around my waist.
Ooh.
Tolan, as you look around yourself, roll me a perception check.
That is a 22.
You find yourself kind of lost in song for a moment before you look around. You see tall trees, big roots extending, in some cases 5, 6 feet that you can literally walk under from their immense size. Before you hear the soft footsteps coming behind you, you look behind and you see, almost like looking through tunnel vision, very strange looking individual walking towards you, a high elf holding a rope in his hands.
Yeah, you should keep up with the bunny. Come on.
Oh. The bunny. Yes. Yes.
I'll just
Oh.
reach out a hand, extend out.
I'll reach out and take his hand and go in that direction.
Okay.
I'll follow back along where the rope is pulling from, kind of pulling it along to get back to Snowy.
Okay. So while that's happening, Strone and Sergeant Snaps, can you guys roll me a perception check?
Alrighty. Well, that's a 3.
Okay. Oh, we
Oh
lost,
no.
we lost Cat.
We lost Cat.
That's a bad perception roll.
That is a wrong button on my screen. Sorry. That was a 27.
Ooh.
27. Woo! Nice. Okay. So as they're doing this, Strone, you're like, hold on a second. Where is that bunny? Where is that bunny going right now? And you look maybe about 100 feet away from you, it kind of just hopping before it turns back and kind of, hurry along then! You're able to track it.
Okay. Folks, wait, the bunny, Harriet's getting away. We have to hurry up.
So I kind of tug the rope to bring the guys in a little faster.
You guys find yourselves back on the path, no problem. As you guys presumably hurry along to catch up with Harriet.
And Stern's gonna kind of try to be between the two of them, looking forwards and backwards, keeping a track of both groups.
I told you to stay close. You don't want to get lost. Come on now. It's not too much farther to the bridge.
You're
That's
moving too
27
fast. Could you
feet.
slow down?
Well, we haven't much time. Sunrise is coming in exactly. Hold on a second. 34, see, 119 posies. So we must hurry along.
Can we stop and smell the posies? Because they look really pretty.
Make me a persuasion check.
8.
Just pick. Actually, don't pick one, because then we might not find our way back out. If you do need to smell the posies, make it quick. But I'm not slowing down.
Stern totally drops down to their hands and knees and does a big inhale, and then gives them a lick because it smells really good and they want to know what it tastes like.
It's a little flowery.
Could probably be nice in some water, like a rose water, but a posy water instead.
You guys see Strone's cheeks are like really, really flush and red afterwards, kind of like,
While there is posy licking going on, my character's just going to go up and wrap the rope around the bunny and hold on to it and be like, if we lose you, then there's no heroes to get the shard. This is so we don't drift off again.
Well, this is entirely why you were chosen. Good idea. I'm supposed
That
to
is my dump stat.
let this be a thing then. Very good. All right. I'll carry on then. We are about 30 posies away. As you continue on, holding the rope, and he's kind of like bouncing, and it's kind of doing this like snake bounce with each bounce because it's quite low to the ground. Kind of holding on to it.
For everyone else, whether they're curious or not, I'm going to use Druidcraft to create the smell of posies directly in your nose, so that the curiosity can be gone and we can just keep moving forward.
Thanks.
Uh,
Stern will get up and continue walking then.
Hurry.
So as the smell fills your nostrils, the sounds of the forest continue around you. You hear the kind of like birds, small skittering of small creatures, skittering of large creatures. Every so often you see Harriet stop and his ears kind of like... Right, let's continue on. Another hour or two continue by before he slows his approach. You see him kind of like, okay, right, everyone stop here, and kind of like takes the rope and we are very close. Just beyond that last posy, and points like 30 feet down. That is where the Bridge of Forever is. Now, guarding this bridge is typically a troll. The troll will require some kind of tribute. What have you got?
Tart?
We can try the tart. Lovely. All right. Off you go. Yes. I am not. I do not like trolls. Just. Yeah, all you. Go, go. Yes. Once it's clear, let me know, and then. Now, do not cross the bridge without me. Very important. Go on, adventurers.
Do you know the troll's name?
I don't speak giant, unfortunately.
Oh,
nor do I want to engage with them in conversation. I'm afraid of being eaten, actually. I mean, in every experience I've ever had and heard of, trolls are often quite hungry.
Well, then
fair.
a tart might be nice, but I don't speak giant either. Does anyone else speak giant?
I do.
Oh,
Do you want to offer the troll my tart?
Sure. Um, I will gladly do that.
I'm just gonna put a hand on Serpent Snap's shoulder and just say, "Listen, you're gonna do great talking to that troll. I think you're gonna do like just so good. You're gonna get us over there. I just know it. I just feel it.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna cast enhanceability on you, giving you advantage on all charisma checks for the next hour with Eagle Splendor.
All right, now I don't have to use deception. I can use persuasion.
I will also go up and sort of just pat you very gently with one finger because you're rather tiny, and be like, "You can do this." And I am casting guidance at the same time. I will stand behind you in case things go horribly wrong, but I believe in you.
Feels good to be useful again.
Oh,
I'll flutter on over to this bridge
Okay, so as you
with
kind of
tart
like
in hand.
tart in hand, you see as the path gives way and you pass the last posy, you see a very short curving bridge, maybe about 10 feet at most long, appearing in the woods that seems to traverse over only a mere brook that could very easily be walked over, as it kind of just very gently begins to pour. You see standing in the center of it at its peak, see this large, green, hideous creature just standing idly, kind of leaning against the side.
Hello there, brother. I'll say in giant.
Brother? You're
Uh,
no troll.
No, that is true. Good eye.
Be
My,
gone, no troll.
well, we would like to cross your marvelous-looking bridge. If that's me and my friends that are back there somewhere, I presume.
I'm standing right behind you.
And this friend as well.
Must pay to cross bridge.
I had heard that. One of my friends was kind enough to give me this delicious lemon tart. We thought your time guarding this bridge, you might get hungry, so this would be a very delicious snack for you to kill some time with.
Hula always hungry. What say tart? Lemon?
Yes, this is a lemon tart.
Come, give tart.
I will float up to his hand and place the tart on his finger, I assume.
As you buzz over, puts out this large green claw with long, sharp claws. You just put it in his hand. As
Yeah,
you
I
do,
assume it'll probably only fit on his finger, but
yeah, it's a pretty big claw. So as you go to place it, it's going to try and reach out and grab your arm. As it kind of make
I
an either
will.
athletics or acrobatics check.
I will not want that. That's a nat 20, so 26 on athletics.
Oh, I
Wow.
rolled really high for the troll too, so I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be bad." So as he
I'll-
reaches out for for the tart, but actually snatches towards your arm, but you're quick enough to kind of slip it out of its grasp. It's kind of. Come back, lunch. Will be good tribute for rest to crust. Small fairy. Will go
I'll
good with tart.
as he's talking, I'm gonna kind of fly circles up his arm and then zip to his mouth and just kind of throw the tart in there.
Okay, make me a dexterity roll. All right. Yeah, no proficiency, improvised.
All right. While they're doing that roll, I just want to do a quick announcement that we have our first live stream donation.
Woo!
The Wind
Nice.
Chill Factor, thank you very much. And the help is going to Kat's character, so you have an advantage.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right.
Thank you.
Sorry, I should
Thank
go
you.
back to my hole now.
16 for a straight dex roll.
While he's like jabbering on about wanting to eat you, you throw the tart directly at its mouth, and it kind of down my throat. It's sweet. It's not lunch unless it's moving. Come back, fairy. You're like buzzing over its head, assumedly.
I assure you, I'm much more to eat than you think I am.
Maybe owl for lunch then. Looks down towards you, Snowy. You hear it kind of like, it doesn't seem to be going too well with the troll so far. I may have forgotten to mention that typically tribute is paid in the form of a live creature.
Just gonna look at him.
Sorry.
Don't even try it. And then what I will do is, do I speak? I do not speak troll. I'm just gonna give him a look that says, "Don't even try it," and hold my bow, not threatening, but just at the ready, and say, "Certain Snap, could you translate that I am not on the menu either?"
Sure. Also call back to our friends. Does this troll need to be living for us to cross this bridge?
Oh, no. Don't worry. They die all the time.
Oh, okay. All right then. Sorry, brother, but the owl is not on the menu. But if you insist on eating one of us, I suppose I will offer myself as tribute.
Come, you in my lunch.
It'll be quite a large meal. I hope that's all right.
Very, very hungry. Come, ferryman.
I will willingly float myself into his mouth, and then I will activate my giant's might and become a large creature.
Okay, so as you kind of like float down onto its tongue, it's a kind of as you touch the tip of it, all of a sudden you and it kind of knocks him back onto his butt, kind of. We'll get everyone to roll initiative.
I'm definitely not going first.
It's not bad.
25 to 20, anyone?
No.
No.
20 to 15.
16.
16. Okay. 15 to 10.
14.
14.
11.
Ooh, 10 to 5.
6.
9.
9 Snowy, 6 Tolan. Scott?
I was 11.
Oh, you were 11. Okay,
Yes.
so.
And just to quickly clarify, because someone asked in the chat, the helps or hinders the helps will be used by the players when they choose, just because we have a delay on the stream to the broadcast. Hinders, we will let Matt decide.
Mm.
Because I don't think anyone's willingly going to be like, yeah, I'm just going to screw over my roll right now. All right.
I think I should quite like to choose to fail that. If I could, all right, so quite makes sense. Snaps as you explode in size all of a sudden and erupt into medium-sized creature. Is it or
Large.
Large. Okay, so you are now equivalent in terms of stature to this troll. As you stand within 5 feet, what would you like to do?
That's a good question. How close is he to the edge of the bridge?
Pardon?
How close is he to the edge of the bridge?
Well, the bridge is maybe about 10 feet wide, and he's standing right at the peak of the round top of it, basically.
Okay. I'll use my attack action to try and push him towards the edge of the bridge.
Okay. So make me an athletics check.
Sorry to interrupt too much. We had another donation. I'm trying to fit these in when there's rolls.
Okay.
I think, Matt, you may know this person because they go by Elstrom the Third.
Possibly.
So they said they wanted to, if you could clarify in the chat, because they said when they donated, the comment said on the next spell cast, roll on the wild magic table. So I don't know if this would count as a help or a hinder, but there we go. Whoever casts next.
Okay, next spell is a wild magic roll. Amazing.
Cool. Say 18 on athletics.
Okay, that's a 22 total for the large troll. As you kind of go to shoulder into it and kind of like. So that was your action?
Yeah.
He kind of takes a step back, but pushes back from.
Alright, I tried to do this the easy way, and I will pull out my Morning Star and just brace for the next round.
Okay. The troll at the moment, so he kind of like screams towards you and goes to. He'll try and bite you first because you are ideally lunch for him. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Hit as he chomps into you. You feel the crunch of the claws and the teeth kind of sink down into through your armor for 10 points of piercing damage. Crunches into you. And he's going to try and, while he's got you bit, he's going to try and claw you a couple times to rip apart. Okay, so that's 12 to hit. First attack.
That misses.
And second attack is a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. You manage to like kind of fly backwards a little bit, almost like pulling free from its jaws just in time for the claws to kind of. Lunch is never easy. Strone, you're up.
Using my advantage for a sneak attack there, so thank you. And pulls out the short bow with a natural 20.
Whoa! First crit.
There you
Okay,
go.
so Mini World Masters, we do have a house rule which we will be implementing for this session that crits. So you do double your dice as normal. However, you get to pick one dice out of your dice pool to just max. Don't roll it. Just assume that it's maxed, and that is our small little house rule for crits.
Ooh.
Cool.
Okay.
So for your sneak attack, one of your d6s basically just max it.
Awesome. Well, I'm maxing that one, which would be 13, 26.
26 to hit, was it? Oh, no, sorry.
Yes, please.
26 damage.
Yeah, sorry, it was a natural 20 to hit, 26 damage.
Wow.
And then I'd like to use my, yeah, I know. So kind of shoot
Right
it, and then I
jaw.
look around and hide.
Okay, you can make me a hide action with your bonus action. Or
Excellent.
stealth roll, rather.
Yeah. 10.
10?
10.
Okay, good to know. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Scott, you are up.
Okay.
So you guys, again, would be about 30 feet away or so, just off the path.
I thought it was going well. And I'm going to 60 feet range. Perfect. I'll just stay at this range and just sort of kind of whisper out a word that only the troll is going to really hear. Just some little magical elvish phrasing, and cast Mind Sliver on the troll, which this will not only be an int save for the troll, but also will be wild magic, because that's a spell being cast.
Believe it. Okay, the dice are a little hot. I'm not gonna lie. 18 on the save. However, wild magic wise, I rolled a 22 on our chart, so it's going to be okay. Creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against the next spell you cast in the next minute that involves a saving throw. So we could apply it to this, which I'm more than happy to kind of do right now. So he's going to make his save at disadvantage. And the second roll is going to be an 8 instead of the 20 that he rolled to start off.
Okay. I figured the troll wasn't as smart for this. So he's going to take 2 points of psychic damage, and will also have 4 reduced from the next saving throw that the troll will make before the end of my next turn. And I will stay where I am, because they got this. It's fine. I'm not going to get close to that big thing. That'll be my turn.
Like a tiny little bit of blood comes out of his nose. So that was you. It's the end of your turn. Snowy, you're up. Sorry, Snowy, you're up.
Trying to manage the chat. We had a few donations all at once, and there's a little chaos as far as because.
Okay.
But I think we might have got it sorted out. So, Snowy's kind of direct to the point, so she's going to move back a little bit so she does not get a disadvantage, and then I am going to let 2 arrow attacks shoot out. The second one comes from my Dread Ambusher feat, because I get an additional weapon attack, and it will deal 1 extra d8.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
All right. So first one, nat 20. So that is a
My
There you go.
2 nat 20s in the first round of combat. You guys are hot.
So
See, this is why Suthea chose you.
excellent. So that is d6. Where'd the d6 go? There it is. Sorry. So that is 6 damage on the first one. The second one is a 12 to hit. Does it hit?
12 will miss, unfortunately, as you kind of... And one of them cranks in. There's only 8 damage. Are you sure?
Yeah, because it's the second attack that I get the Gloomstalker one on, if I am reading this correctly.
Okay. Did you max 1 die or roll both?
Oh, I did not roll both. My bad. So that would be another 6. So 12 in total.
Okay, I gotcha. Beautiful. I was going to say, that sounded a little low. That's all. But the second attack will miss, unfortunately. As it kind of banks and see it kind of bounce off its thick, slimy hide. It kind of
Just like,
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, Tolan, you're up. Oh, I got no sound on you there, Rob.
All right. How far away from the troll am I?
About 30 feet.
About 30 feet? Okay.
Exactly 30 feet.
Okay. I am going to, and so the rest of the party is also within 30 feet of me, I assume.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I'm going to cast Bless as a second level spell to bless all 4 of my companions.
Beautiful.
So for the next minute, if you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add that to your attack roll or saving throw.
Amazing. Gonna hear this kind of, and you all feel this warmth and illuminate light come from within you as it kind of bathes across you. Who are you targeting?
All 4. I'm casting it as a second level
Casting.
spell, so I'm targeting all 4 of my companions.
Amazing, amazing. Okay. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's
Alright.
everything there.
Back to you, Snaps.
All right, so I will just lay in with my Morning Star then.
Okay.
And
Pull
I'm
free. A little bit of
blessed.
blood running down from your chest wound.
That's fine. Not stressing it. Let's see. That's dirty 20 to hit.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
All right. I'm gonna use my ability to reroll that. So that'll be 9 points of piercing damage, and I'm going to use my fire rune. So this series of runes along the handle of my Morning Star will start glowing, and from the ground, from the bridge, I guess, at its feet, reaching up for its hands, are going to be these fiery chains that kind of spiral out from the ground. And he's going to take fire damage up front, 8 points of fire damage.
Okay. He's on fire.
And then he has to make a strength saving throw with a -4, I believe.
-4 is correct.
Right. Woo.
It's gonna be a 6 on the saving throw for the troll with the -4. Is he gonna?
All right. All right, he failed. So for the next minute, he is restrained, and while he's restrained, he takes another 2d6 fire damage at the start of his turns. But at the end of his turn, he can repeat the saving throw to try and break out.
Oof.
At the end of his turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Restrained his beard. He's trying to pull the chains off, but can't grab them and just keeps burning his hands every time. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm just gonna kind of float. I'm gonna stay within his range so he doesn't get an opportunity attack, but I'm just gonna float like directly above him to free up space for my friends to do stuff.
Okay, easy enough. Next up is Troll.
All right.
So he's gonna try and like wildly flail his arm at you in both cases, I guess.
He will also take 7 points of fire damage.
Oof.
Nice.
He's gonna take 2 claw attacks towards you. First one, oops, these are both at disadvantage. Okay. For a 19 to hit on the first one.
Yeah, that hits. That's fine.
All right. So this wild flail manages to like smack you kind of out of the air for 10 points of slashing damage. And second flail for a 13 to hit on the second one.
That misses.
All right. And he's going to try to jump and chomp at you as well, kind of. That's a 13 again on that one, so it also misses. Come back, lunch. I'll cook you in this fire. Does not regenerate. That's the end of his turn. Stone, you're up. Oh, and it gets to repeat his save, sorry. Strength?
Yeah.
13.
That just passes.
As he pulls free this flaming chain basically off him, you see the flames kind of explode off of him. Okay. Strone, you're up.
So while the troll is kind of laughing in his celebration, Strone's going to pop up from behind the shrub that they were hiding in. And again, whip out their short bow for another sneak attack.
Roll me attack roll.
That would be a 21.
Yeah, das
Did it hit?
hits. Yeah,
No, I
das.
was gonna
Roll
hoping
damage.
so. 12 points of damage.
Okay, he's looking pretty shaky after that one. It's my bad lung.
And then Strom is just going to pop back down behind their shrub, hiding again.
Snowy, you're up.
All right. So, what I am going to do then. Let's see. I'm going to use one of my first level spells. So I picked a Strixhaven background, which allowed me to pick this. I'm kind of a little irked after missing that second shot. I should have felt like I could have got it. No, I'm going for the sure thing, and I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay. Roll me some damage. You just see kind of like before they all shoot out from your bow?
I'm just imagining that she'll take it, she'll just shoot it straight to the ceiling, and then they kind of split into the little darts and go.
Sweet.
All right, so first one. 4 + 1 is 5 damage.
Okay.
Second dart, 4 damage. We're doing well so far. Third dart, 2 damage.
2. Okay, hold on. A little bit of math is required.
So 5, 4, 2, 11.
That will be the final blow on the troll as he's kind of like and gets shot like in the throat by an arrow before this gets pelted a few times before his body kind of straight in the middle of the kind of like apex of this very round topped bridge. His body starts to like slide down a little bit slowly.
I think it's safe to cross now. Just strap my bow back on my back.
See, Harriet is kind of like pulled his hat like down like that.
While I'm still large, I'll float down and scoop this troll up and just toss it into the water so that my friends can cross the bridge without having to crawl over it.
Body just lands in this very small little brook. Is it over? Oh, good. None of you are dead. Lovely. Great. Oh, that is a gross looking body. Shall we over the bridge?
Let's go.
I'd like to walk up to Snap in particular and just say, it's okay. I just don't think he was like ready to, see eye to eye. You did great. Put a hand on you and I'll cast Cure Wounds, restoring 11 points of health. Wow.
Nice.
Good roll.
Thank you. That honestly went as well as I expected. Trolls are not very nice creatures.
Oh, okay. God, I never encountered one before. They don't really seem reasonable. But okay, good to know. Let's cross the bridge. Keep going.
Well said. Handled it like a true hero. Absolutely. Now, again, over the bridge quickly. Never know when the next troll might come along to claim its territory. Come. Kind of bung, 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 bung.
All right. So I don't see them in the chat right now. Just sorry to interrupt. But Crazy Geek gave a donation. So Crazy Geek, if you could let us know who you are helping or hindering. They're going to send help to Patch Adam Dwarf, aka Rob.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Okay. Back to my home.
So as Harriet leads you guys over the top of this bridge, as you kind of begin to cross and pass over the midway point, the forest begins to change as you do, drastically before your eyes. You kind of look back, you see the single pink posy, 30 feet away from the bridge. You look forward, and you see mostly gnarled, gross, dark thorn bushes, prickling trees that extend hundreds of feet into the air. And the shade from the canopy covering the land in darkness. Not very nice on this side, but just stay close. Again, we must reach the hedgehog maze, hopefully before the end of the day. Yeah.
I think I like the posy path better.
I would have to agree with you there.
I'm gonna ask I'm assuming he's a Herringon guide.
Oh no, he's literally a small bunny
Oh, he's a bunny. Okay.
with a wizard hat.
Just be like, does this maze have like a roof or a canopy over it?
Yes, the the hedgehog maze is more or less like a dome. Again, it is the home of a very ancient green dragon, and it is difficult to traverse inside. I might even just wait outside while you guys deal with the problem, to be quite honest. But, if you need me to be in there, I totally understand as well. I do hope you have your wits about you, though. It is very difficult and confusing. I'm not one for mazes. Again, short memory.
Just gonna be holding the rope that's, I'm assuming, still attached to him, and just look at the people of the group, being like, without saying anything, almost looking for their judgment whether we should drag him along or not.
Well, he should come with us. But I don't think anyone should be made to do things that they don't want to do. So, I mean, Harriet, if you don't want to come inside, then I don't think we should make you.
Yeah, well, I do appreciate the offer. Trust me, I really do. But I feel I would be doing a disservice to my job here as your guide if I didn't at least accompany you some ways into the maze.
Okay.
We'll make a call on the spot, though. Just in case it looks very scary, I might stay outside. All right, come along. It's, again, just a few hours from here. Do you need a break or anything like that, or are you good?
I mean, I can take
I'm
a
good.
break if we have time, but I can also keep going. It's fine.
We have time for a bit of lunch if you're looking for something to...
I mean, going large like that always does make me hungry, but...
I'm happy to make some food for folks. Do we want to? I can make up a nice, take a few moments and cook up a nice little meal for us, a little snack to keep going.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
I don't want to impose too much, but do you happen to have any ready-to-serve carrot cake?
Oh, I do have some carrots. I have some tart shells that are not filled. So if you just give me 10 minutes, I'll make some carrot cake for everybody.
Fabulous. I'm so excited. Let's take a break right here. In the scary woods. Lovely.
I'm just gonna gather a whole bunch of kindling and whatever leaves I can find and druid craft a fire. Be like, so you can cook the tarts.
Thanks. That's the tarts are pre-cooked because they're already made, but that's really helpful because then we can warm it up, and that's just going to be nicer anyways. So yeah, I'm going to use my inspiring leader also while I'm doing this to take the 10 minutes and give everyone extra 6 hit points. So, and I'm just going to tell you about my grandmother because she made me this carrot recipe once, and it was really, really good. And do you like it when it's a little bit tangy? Because I do. So I'm just going to sneak a little bit of lemon in here too.
Those you guys take a bit of a lunch break. You can take a short rest if you like, and use up to half your hit dice if you need to restore any health, or if there's any expended resources.
I'll use my second wind before I use hit dice to heal for 14, so I'm back up to full.
Nice. Good wind roll.
Nice.
As you kind of like finish making the tart and pass it over, Harriet's kind of like, oh my, look at that. All shredded up and nice and warm on the inside. So lovely.
Also,
I'm a bit of a messy eater, so...
Since we're taking a short rest, My cat has decided to come and tell me it's time for supper, so I will be like 2 seconds while I feed him.
Do we want to take a brief
Because he's
break
hungry.
for everyone?
I'm sure. You guys need a bit of a moment. I'm happy to eat my tart here in the meantime.
Well, hello.
Beautiful.
Our
Just what I need.
our pixie has transformed into a black cat.
It's perfect.
And in cat fashion, here's my bum.
Mhm.
Worship
This
it.
is true.
While we take a moment, I'm going to step away. I'll be right back.
Yeah, take a little, small break if you guys need to get a drink or what have you. Good opportunity to do so.
I will as well.
If I can find my. Oh yeah, it's over here.
All right, I'm just going to leave this setup as it is, even though we take a break, because I don't want OBS to explode switching back and forth.
Yep.
So we are still live. I will be back. And just to let you know, Clicks Forward, I've sent you some messages just trying to clarify. You sent through a help, but you also had a question about a hinder. So it was a help or hinder. But if you could answer me, trying to clarify so we work that out. I don't want you to feel like you were ignored. Okay, thanks. All right. So, just while we are still on break, for everyone watching, I want to thank you for tuning in and also give some quick recap shout outs to everyone who has donated so far today. So, and to the campaign, we have Daniel, Gen C, a different Gen C, because that's not confusing, Brenda, our own Blobinator. So that means you actually, Rob, qualify for a helper indoor of your choice. Crazy Geek, Billy_Dingus, another streamer that I know. Thank you very much. Clicks Forward, and Elstrom the Third. I hope I'm saying that right. So, thank
you, everyone.
all.
Thank you.
And I do believe we have reached 150. Woot!
Hey.
Nice.
All right.
So I'm going to add the milestone that we have crushed this goal.
Oh,
And I'm going
and Knox would like to thank everyone for taking the time to let him be fed.
and for admiring his butt, because that's what he did as soon as you walked away.
I have to do
Pretty
it every
adorbs.
day. You guys can do it for a couple seconds.
He's just in his pajamas. All right. Are you guys all comfortable and ready to come back?
I am good.
Right.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
Let's go.
So, as Harriet kind of wipes his little bunny face off with his, I don't know, ear, kind of. Well, that I haven't had a good carrot tart in... I actually don't remember. Funny that. Anyway, I do remember the way, though, and it is, this way, if I'm not mistaken.
You don't
Right.
sound very confident.
You know, it's the darndest thing. But you know what? Once we get going, I'm sure the path will yield itself. Right. We'll just bounce along then. Come, come, come. Starts bouncing just into the woods.
I'll bring up the rear again, but still have the rope. So there's just this rope kind of cutting between our party. In case anyone wants to hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Tolan will hold on to the rope this time.
That's a good idea. Stern will as well.
So you guys are all holding onto the rope. Wise. Oh, right. I was wondering what that was. It's like wearing a shirt or something. It's very interesting. As he continues to hop through for another hour, 2 hours, the forest gets darker and scarier. As the butterfly sound, birds chirping turns to cawing of ravens, crows. The stomping of larger creatures around the area. You feel the vibration kind of like... Nothing to worry, just a few big dinosaurs, I'm sure. Continue on our merry way and totally ignore that.
I'll float around the group and hand out torches and use druidcraft to light them as it's starting to get darker.
I
much
will thank you but refuse, and then sort of move toward the front and just explain I can see very far without the torch.
That's fair.
I'll hold the torch.
I will accept the torch.
Yes, Tolan will take one as well.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
So as you guys continue forth, following Harriet, the pink bunny, through the forgetful forest, into the vile portions of it, eventually, you hear him kind of exclaim, "Oh, great! We're here!" As you look forward and you see a large cluster of bramble and thick thorn-covered bushes that form an immense canopy. See, this is more or less a dome of bramble, taller and farther than your eyes can see currently as it wraps itself into the forest and around. You see thorns dripping with poison. You see a passage leading into it. A thorny tunnel.
Are we
Right.
supposed to go in that tunnel?
Well, it's one of them. If I remember correctly, the first portion of this is... There are many ways in, and there are many ways out, but there's only one way to the center, which is what we're looking for. We're looking for, again, our Kuakir, and if I recall, he does make his nest within the center of this bramble. Just getting there is quite difficult. He doesn't really like visitors.
Does he like tarts? Does he like carrot cake? Because I have a little bit left from our snack.
I don't remember. Last time this happened. All I remember is getting to the front of this large thing. I know we're in the right place. That's what's important.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Probably
Okay.
good to have something on the bargaining table, though. Again, a Kuakir is one who can lead us to this hag. So we're going to have to play nice, otherwise we will end up in... Well, let's just call it trouble.
So, last time we didn't have the right bribe. So, what does this dragon like as far as bribes?
And that is unfortunately the problem I'm having right now is Again, being in the forest for so many years, you can understand. My memory is not exactly what it used to be, but you know what? That could be by coincidence, perhaps, or it could be by design. I mean, Suthea she wouldn't leave me without the proper tools, right? Sorry, I wanted to give it a beat before I made that decision. I don't think she's listening. I'm entrusting you to know what to do when the time comes, yes?
All right, then
Alright.
forward is the only way to go right now.
Anyone know
Okay.
anything about dragons?
No, but I think that the way to the heart for anyone is always through their stomach. That's what I've learned.
All right. Well, I guess we just go forward.
Right.
Careful not to prick yourself on anything in here. It doesn't look very nice.
It's one of the few times it benefits being this small.
I'll untie the bunny and wrap up my rope and just say, it's up to you if you stay with us, but if you're going to stay with us, stay.
It's the strangest thing. I feel actually like it would be a bit safer just to stay with the group, if that's all right. I don't really know how to get into the center, but I know we have to get there, so I'll follow you from here on.
Okay.
So
Well, the only way in is in.
So the path ahead is maybe about 10 feet wide at its widest, 10 feet high at its highest. Tunnels of thorns and bramble. As you guys enter.
Yeah.
So who's leading?
I guess
I
Tyr's tribute.
I mean, I'll do it, but I'm not good at it, so.
I also don't mind picking up the front.
So
Tolan was unable to follow a rabbit, so probably best if Tolan doesn't lead.
So I guess I'll just ask Snowy. Snowy, do you want to take the front or do you want me to take the front?
how far can you see in the dark?
I can't.
I'll take the front.
Okay, Snowy, you're in the front. And what's our marching order?
I'll go behind Snowy so I can see Snowy.
Okay.
And I also have a torch.
I'm happy to hang out right in the middle.
Scott in the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take up the rear.
Tolan, you're kind of just behind Scott.
Sure.
Beautiful. And Snaps, you're on the rear. All right. So, Snowy, as you lead your party into this bramble and maze, see passages left, right, forward. You begin to make your way through. It becomes difficult almost immediately to find your direction. So first of all, I'll need everyone to make me a dexterity check to try and avoid pricking yourself on the thorns. And Snowy, I'll need a intelligence check from you.
Ooh,
So
but I'm so small.
Dex is 10 for me, and just straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence check. Yeah.
That is a 13.
Okay. Dex saves, or dex checks rather.
6
13.
6 for
for Strone.
Strone. Okay.
13 for Scott.
13 for Scott. 2 for
2.
Tolan.
Okay, I wasn't the worst. 3.
Okay, so Snaps, Tolan, and Strone, you guys each takes 3 points of piercing damage.
All right, 10 hit points going down.
And you guys can make me con saves as well as you
Uh,
begin to follow the path. You do find yourself shouldering, prickling every so often. Constitution saving throws from you guys.
Now I have advantage against being poisoned.
Okay, then you can take advantage on this. It is poison related.
Thank you.
17 for con.
17, okay, great.
17 as well, actually.
Nice, very good.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky. 16.
Okay, you guys are all fine from the poison. No problem. You're able to fend it off as you kind of like push your skin, and you can see like a bit of like lime green, thick, mucusy liquid that come out of the wounds with each one. It's very gross. It smells. So, Snowy, as you lead your party through, you hear every so often the kind of ow, ow, ow from certain people. You hear Harriet kind of like, oh my god, I do not like it in here. Rounding passages. You circle for hours before you find yourself passing through another tunnel of bramble, which leads you out, and you are in the forest again.
Oh, we were supposed to go in.
See what happens in here? It's just so confusing. This isn't the right way.
Do you
Well,
remember?
Are you sure?
Quite, yes, because I do believe this is just another entrance, actually. Or exit, in this case.
Well, Stron's going to take out one of the tarts and put it by the entrance on the ground. In case we come back this way again, then we'll see it and we'll know it's the same entrance. And actually, it's going to just like leave a crumb of it. A little bit of Goldilocks.
Mm.
That is a
Goldilocks?
Hansel and
No.
Gretel.
Hansel and
Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
Just put a few stones discreetly next to the crumb unless something comes and eats said delicious crumbs.
No.
Range
Okay.
of logic.
So Snowy, leading again.
Well, I mean,
Be-
this...
Before we set off this time, Tolan will go to Snowy and touch her and say, "May Avina guide your way." And he's going to cast guidance on Snowy, and then also take out his pan flute and play a little inspiring tune to grant bardic inspiration as well.
Ooh.
Okay, nice. Oh, that is a good song. I've never heard it, but I'd like it.
Alright, so... We did... This path what we came out of,
Mhm.
since we entered into the other one, were there, like, branches that split off? Or was it just, like, one straight path?
No, there are so many twists, turns, corners, intersections. 'Tis a maze of mazes. You've found no dead ends throughout your whole search so far.
So can I go lead them back in, but using a survival check with the guidance and the bardic inspiration to try and see if there are any indications of where... Because dragons usually have minions, for lack of a better word. Some of them.
Okay.
See if there's
I'll
any...
allow for a little bit of tracking, so to speak.
Yeah.
So as you kind of yield into the ground, begin looking for tracks, survival check.
Okay, survival. And then your bardic inspiration is 6 right now, Rob?
D6, yeah.
Okay.
And then guidance is D4.
Alright. So, math. 26.
26.
26.
Okay, very good. So as you kind of take a moment to assess, you see your footsteps for one thing, and the path of which they traveled through this kind of loose dirt that makes up the ground mostly. See small bushes and thorns that are kind of around the edges where it kind of canopies in, but as you begin to track your footsteps, you see them going around certain areas before you begin to notice large, heavy hoof prints of some bipedal creature. Before you see more and more as you continue through, you realize there are probably multiple of these creatures, or one very fast one that is going all over the place, traveling within this maze of thorns as well.
as we start to pick up the trail, I'll tell everyone else this, just in case we have something jump out at us. To be on the lookout for it.
Something with hooves.
And
Yeah, with the 26, based on the depth of the imprint, you would imagine, and the size of it, you would imagine it's some kind of large creature.
and then just continue tracking.
Okay. So, everyone make me another dexterity check, and then we'll do an intelligence check for your ability to dissect this maze. And then we'll see
Bit better.
if anything comes out for you while we're doing that.
12 that time.
13 for me.
13's great.
12 for Scott.
22 for the dexterity,
Okay.
17 for the intelligence.
All right.
Drone with a 16 for Dex.
Okay. So you guys are keeping your shoulders tight this time, keeping your elbows in check, and trying your best to go make yourself as small through this passway as possible.
Yeah, I'll
It
actually
helps that
walk
I'm
this
already
time.
small.
So, as Snowy, you begin to lead them through for another hour, keeping yourself. You pass by many areas that lead outside of it as well as you continue through, and you're like, if I could only find my direction and get towards the center before you hear this kind of like coming from the corner around and snaps behind you. You hear this kind of like heavy thud, like something coming up behind you as well.
Do we all hear this?
You guys
I'll
all
turn
hear it.
around.
You see standing behind you this very tall, goat-like creature with hooves, huge, thick legs, massive, muscular body, and two huge horns holding a large axe. It bears its brow down towards you before it kind of kicks one of its heels.
Whoa. Well met, kind sir.
Do you think he's from?
What languages does everyone speak?
I have Elvish and Giant.
I've got Draconic, Elvish, Halfling, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Okay.
Dwarvish.
Halfling, Sylvan, and Thieves.
Okay.
Common, Elvish, Sylvan, Gnomish, Celestial.
Okay. Is that everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
Colin? Yeah.
Except for Harriet.
None of you know what this creature says.
Okay.
Great.
As it be
Are you
to
hungry? And kind of pulls out the last carrot cake.
make me a persuasion check. I'll allow for advantage on, rather disadvantage on this for the sake of
Okay.
not really sure what this creature says, and it's not sure what you're saying.
17.
So kind of like see it like the heat and steam come from the nostrils. Where it shoulders its axe and begins to walk heavily towards you, kind of looks way down at its kneecaps towards you. Takes the tart.
I'll ask it in Draconic if it also speaks Draconic.
Just looks at you like,
With nothing else. I don't think he speaks Draconic.
turns around and walks the other direction away from you guys.
Think he liked it?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You guys turn around, you see another one of these creatures on the other side of you, just standing there with its axe in both hands, kind of like,
Do you have any more tarts?
That was the last carrot. I have a lemon left, but I only have one.
I don't think I ate mine from earlier.
My last lemon tart.
so you kick its heel, kind of, and see the steam shoot out from its nostrils. The lemon tart.
Lemon tart.
Another persuasion, still disadvantage.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go up and tap him and be like, "You got good cooking on your side."
Oh.
And cast guidance.
Oh,
Guidance. Okay.
Guidance. So +4.
thank you.
Or
That's
plus a
needed.
D4, I should say.
Oh, plus D4. Okay. Still needed. I got a 4 on the D4.
Ooh.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Kind of. Did not appreciate that. Everyone roll me initiative.
Oh, he doesn't like the tang of the lemon.
He doesn't like the lemon.
Clearly, they
That's the
just
last
like carrot.
There we go.
Okay.
Good.
25 to 20.
Yes.
Yes.
30, 20.
I got
30, 20?
20. Math. 24.
20 something. Okay, gotcha. Snowy, Strone, 20 to 15.
19.
19, nice. Snap.
Scott has a 16.
Scott is 16, lovely. Tolan,
12.
12. Oh my god. That's a really, really big, slow creature. Snowy, what would you like to do? As you see it kind of like, and the sound from its voice bellowing like shakes. You feel the hairs on your neck stand up for a moment, just from the sheer volume and abrasiveness of this.
You just see the feathers sort of fluff out like one of those birds who shakes. And then they pull out a very particular arrow. Almost looks like it has a vine wrapped around. I'm going to pull it back and I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
So, and along with that, a weapon attack. So next time I hit a creature, before the spell ends, Rising Math is 40 vines appears on impact.
How appropriate.
Oh dear, that is math. +8, so 15?
15 hits.
Okay. He must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained until the spell ends. Large or larger creatures have advantage.
Do we have any random donations that are hindering by chance?
You do have, I believe, one hinder. So Kat hasn't used their help yet. I don't believe Rob's used his help. And you have one
I used
hinder.
my advantage.
Oh, you did? Okay. And you have one hinder in the bank.
Oh, I have a hinder. Oh, right. I said
Yeah.
that poorly. Okay, well, I'm not going to use it right now. That's a 20 on the strength save. As you see the arrow makes its connection, you see the vines begin to kind of pour out from the wound and across it, and it just kind of flexes its huge rippling chest muscles and breaks these magical vines across it and kind of
Well,
damage though.
at least I still get the damage. Alright. And I do believe... Sorry, this is my first time playing a Gloomstalker. So I do get Dread Ambusher again, so I'll have to do another strike.
Yeah, first attack of the round, yeah.
So... That is plus... Short bow +4, so 7 damage. And then the
Okay.
second one, whipping out very quickly. That is a 19 to hit.
19 hits. Roll me damage. It's kind of
Max damage! 10.
nice. 10 damage.
So
He looks
I
pissed.
believe you get an extra die on the Gloomstalker damage, don't you?
Oh, I do, yes.
For
Thank
the
you.
dread ambush or whatever.
Dread
yeah.
ambush, sure, it's a D8.
Oh,
Another
Okay.
4.
another
Thank
I was
you.
gonna say
problem.
10 seems like a low max damage for 2 dice and a modifier.
I usually play magic wielders.
Right, so he's about maybe 15 feet from you, Snowy. And I guess Strone, you would be like right up next to him because you had to offer the tart to him. Do you see
Yeah.
like 2 arrows fly past your head, kind of stick into the creature?
I'll just sort of shift to one side because you said these were 10.
They're
10
pretty
foot
tight,
wide.
yeah.
That way people can get by if they need.
All right. Strone, you're up. As the creature
Okay.
like blows in front of your face, just kind of like.
And sorry, did he get disadvantage on that or no? From that.
No, I haven't used my hinder. Will be just something against you guys. I do believe.
Yeah.
So I'll probably give him advantage on something or what have you.
Fabulous. I don't like fighting this close to people. I'm gonna do pulls out a dagger in both hands and goes ah! 2 stabs
Into the shins.
yeah, basically.
Okay. Roll me attack rolls.
That would be that's a 22 and a 12.
12 misses, 22 definitely hits.
Okay. For a whopping 4 points of damage.
Rogue no sneak as you stab into his shin and kind of like slice it down. You see a little bit of blood go, and he's like, looks pretty upset. That was your action. I'll end your action, I guess, because second offhand attack, rather.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Snaps, you're up.
All right. How far away is this creature?
Maybe about 20 feet from you.
All right.
20
All
feet.
right, 20 feet. Okay. And Strone is in front of it. Are we playing with flanking?
No.
No. Okay, that's fine.
I find there's too many other ways to get advantage in 5e.
That's fair. I'm still going to, while I'm still in small form, fly past all my friends and flit through its legs to get behind it. Take
Probably doesn't
advantage
even
of the
notice, actually.
size difference. And then bonus action, I will get big. And I'm just gonna try and bonk him on the head with my Morning Star.
Okay, roll me attack roll.
That rolled crazy. 16 to hit.
16 hits. Roll me damage.
I'm going to reroll that one. 7 plus 6 is 13 points of damage.
Nice. As you kind of emerge behind him, and in the same like motion that you get large, you're already pulling back your swing and kind of wham into the back like shoulder of this creature, and you pull back and you see great wound left behind where a little bit of blood runs down and kind of.
And then you know what? I'm gonna use my action surge,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take the Morning Star, but I'm gonna try and sweep his legs. I'm gonna try and do like a push attack, but to like knock him prone.
Okay. As athletics.
All right, which I have advantage on because I'm a giant. So that will be 24.
Oh, God, good roll. So, like, you smash into him, and he kind of like looks back at you, like almost not too concerned about the sake. And before you sweep his legs, you see his whole body kind of topple over like a big cowbell, kind of. He's prone. Damage? No,
Just knocks
action.
him prone.
Yeah, action to knock him down. Yeah.
I'm mostly trying to stop him from using any charge ability that he might have by cutting his speed down.
Battlemaster stuff. Yeah. Okay. End of your turn.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Scott, you're up. And you see this great creature kind of just get smacked in the back before it tumbles over onto its side and kind of see bits of like thorn and bramble kind of come down with the shaking and the vibration from this large creature hitting the ground.
Try to take advantage of the fact that it's been knocked down. I'm going to drop a Sacred Flame on it. It needs to make a Dexterity save, DC 14.
And I do believe that's disadvantage.
Oh, is it?
Oh, not on dexterity.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a 2 on the dice though, so I don't think that's gonna pass.
No.
Any damage.
So that would be 3 points of radiant damage as a gentle little drop of radiant energy just splashes onto.
Like right on its brow, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will think movement. Well, I like my sort of center of the whole group thing, avoiding getting too close. So I'll just stay right where I am. That's the end of my turn.
Scott, you're up. Or pardon me, Tolan rather.
Tolan is going to. I think Tolan is going to cast Guiding Bolt at first level.
All right. He's
and I'm
prone,
gonna...
so attack roll will be at a disadvantage for the sake that he's laying down.
Okay, I'm going to use the advantage that I was granted earlier.
Nice.
To roll for the attack. So that is. Let me see here. Trying to make sure I have the right attack roll. Guiding Bolt is. Lost one of them. Okay, so that's -2.
Spell tech modifier, I think, is +5 for you.
For a ranged spell attack. Yeah. Don't see it anywhere, but I'll assume that's correct. So that would be a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Well,
definitely hits. Definitely hits.
And so that's going to be 4d6 damage.
Okay, roll me damage. And his next attack is at advantage against the creature as well.
That is 6, 6, 4, and 1. So that is 17 damage.
Nice. Nice. Okay, is he kind of like on the ground, just getting roasted with radiant energy, bellowing out as it is not super jacked about that, obviously. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm going to, if I'm farther than 25 feet away, then I'm going to move up to a distance of 25 feet from him.
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right. The Minotaur. So, first of all, it's going to stand up as it kind of like kicks its elbow, and the whole force from the impact into the ground like is enough to push the weight of itself up onto its hind legs once more as it kind of like pulls the axe again. It's going to do some reckless attacks.
I forgot that they had that.
Into this small creature in front of it, unfortunately.
No.
Okay, that is a 20 to hit.
Yes, it is.
Okay. As it reels back and kind of like sees you pulling the knife out of its shin. It's like pours down onto you. Yeah.
Okay, no. I was just gonna ask: is that other Minotaur is not still within my sight? Is it?
No, he messed
gone.
off.
Cool.
Yeah, he had his happy fill of tart, it seemed.
All right, good to know.
Okay, 10, 15, 16, 17. 21 points of slashing damage as
Jesus.
it slashes down into you and pulls free. You okay?
Yeah. I got 2 points left. Glad I did those temporary hit points.
Oh,
See
no.
blood
Oh,
spring
Jesus.
forth from Strone, and she kind of as it kind of. That's the end of its turn. Snowy, you're up.
Okay, well, I've just seen my friend get mangled. So I'm gonna use my movement to pull them back to where I am, if that's all right. I realize that'll cut my movement in half. So like move
It
forward.
might take an attack of opportunity. Just warning.
I'll do it.
Okay. It's going to swing recklessly towards as you grab Strone by the shoulder and kind of pull back. Oh, the dice! 10 to hit.
That does
10?
not
No.
hit.
No, it
That doesn't hit
swings
me.
across, and you see like the hair on top of your head kind of just get as you manage to pull Strone free. So you can pull her, pull them rather like 15 feet with half your movement, I suppose, rather.
Yeah, so that's what I will do.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna hit them with another arrow attack.
Okay.
So I don't think a 9 will. That's a
Nine
crit fail.
misses. You kind of like half-heartedly take a semblance shot, and you hear it kind of. You're not even looking to see if it hit or not. Okay, that was
And
your action
that's-
movement.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of my bonus actions are spells. I don't want to use that right now. So that is all.
All right, Strone, you're up. It's like huge gaping wound across your entire length of your body.
So I got nothing to heal myself. So anybody who wants to help me eventually, Strone's gonna say, "Well, that hurt."
I like how the head is just totally
Wow.
blurred out.
Yeah.
Ow. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out my short. Wait, how? I'm only like 15 at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm going to kind of dash back into kind of the rest of the group,
Okay.
kind
No
of
problem.
in the middle of the group. And then from there, I will take one attack them with the short bow.
All right, roll me attack roll.
15.
15 hits. Roll me damage. Oh, this is actually an advantage. You might roll a crit because he's reckless right now. So.
Oh, if I have advantage, can I use my sneak then?
Yep.
Also, the next attack against him got advantage anyway from the guiding bolt.
Yeah. Also that too. So you have. I was going to say you have advantage for two reasons technically.
Plus, I was next to him, so you would have sneak attack anyways.
Yeah, you're getting sneak attack. But I was going to say
We have
actually,
3 ways of giving you sneak attack right now.
Actually, not that we can retcon too badly, but Snowy, you would have had the advantage from the guiding bolt.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So we can roll that if you like to, and if you do hit, you manage to hit. So
Let's just use it
Yeah.
on this one. Just
okay, fair enough.
make it easier for you.
Yep. I had this marker here, and I was like, "What is that doing again?" Oh yeah, right.
So that was 12 points of damage with my sneak.
12 points of damage. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough after that strike. As the arrow sinks like deeply into its cheek, and you see it kind of like see it drop down to one knee for a moment before it picks itself back up. Is that the end of your turn?
That is, yes, because I used my dash to kind of get into the middle of the group.
Snaps, you're up.
All right. I'm just gonna wind up for a nice baseball swing with this Morning Star. I'm gonna crack him in the back, and I'm gonna tell him to pick on someone his own size.
Okay, you have advantage on him as he's recklessly swinging.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Roll me damage.
11 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, that's going to be the final blow on him as you crack it back in the back of the head, and its body kind of like stumbles for a moment before falling to the side, where it just basically like pin cushions into the bramble, like stuck in place. It does not seem to be moving.
I'll give it another good hit just for good measure.
Tolan's immediately going
Like
to
body just kind of.
Tolan's immediately going to go to Strawn and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay.
Ooh.
For it's not a great roll. That restores 11 hit points.
Okay.
Gonna
Thank
also
you.
follow suit and I think kind of simultaneously two hands from the two of us are gonna come
Hands
out.
on either
heal.
side of the shoulder. Yeah.
I'll do a first level cure wounds as well. Wow, 7 again on the dice. So 11 from that one as well. Jeez.
I feel a lot better. Thanks, folks.
So you see your wound kind of just. You have a brand new scar, although it is sealed up.
Yes.
Well, that's exactly why I have you all in the lead.
It's a good thing that other one took that carrot cake.
Yes.
I think I better make some more sweets.
Yeah.
Gods only know when he'll be back again for more.
Let's move on before he decides he wants seconds.
I can't agree more. All right, Snowy, you're taking the lead again.
Unless someone else wants to.
No,
Right
I'm
happy
good.
in the middle.
Okay.
Drone's
I'll-
actually going to slow and kind of fall into the middle of the pack as we're walking.
I could trade places. I could go behind Snowy. I'll kind of notice that. Skip ahead a bit more.
Pull you back here a little bit. There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you guys continue forward, Snowy, roll me another intelligence check. As you begin to make your way through the bramble again, and I'll need everybody to make me dexterity checks.
Oh no.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the dex is not good.
It's going down one by one. 11 this time. I don't like where that's headed.
Okay.
A nat 20, which means it's an 18.
Nice. Oh.
I rolled an 18, which means it's a 20.
I apologize.
15.
15, you're good?
I apologize for what my dice has done. My dexterity was an 8. My intelligence was a 0.
There we go.
Oh. Okay, so you take 6 points of piercing damage as you immediately turn a corner, like within about 10 minutes or so and just straight into a bramble bush. Roll me a con save as well.
All right.
no.
Con, I am better at 4.
Ooh.
Okay, you are poisoned.
Ooh.
All right.
You're under the poison condition, which means you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls until you are cured.
So, does someone else want to take the lead for a moment?
Yeah, sure. I'll
All the
fly
color wash
forward.
off your feathery face.
Tolan will cast Lesser Restoration on Snowy.
Ooh,
Oh, there we go.
I'll
nice.
come over and I will be like, thank you. I'm like, I bring out the tart that I had saved from earlier and just hand it to you.
Tolan says, "Thank you. I do hope nobody else needs that today. I need some time to pray."
Like,
All right, so Snaps, you're taking charge. Is that correct?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling good after just beating down that Minotaur, so you got this.
also,
All right, next.
hide snaps.
Feeling like I want to make sure that we're going in the right direction with what I can. I'm going to do the same enhance ability casting on snaps as you go forward. This time going with Fox's Cunning to give you advantage on intelligence checks to
Love
be
it.
able to navigate
Okay.
this. So for an hour, you have that.
That's
Awesome.
pretty great. That's pretty great.
Drone is also going to pull out a jar of preserves and unscrew it take a glob of it and kind of mark it as a big X against, like, carefully so that they're not hitting the spikes, but like an X on the, I guess there's leaves or something there that we know that we were here.
I love it.
Right.
Right by the Minotaur corpse, big X of jam.
Yeah. It's blueberry.
Ooh.
All right.
Nom.
So Snaps, roll me an intelligence check with advantage to try and find your path.
Alrighty. That's a God for advantage. So it's a 2 and a nat 20. So
Yes.
21.
Nice. Okay. So, as Snaps takes the lead and kind of buzzing his way ahead of the crew as you guys follow along, few hours you spend passing through, taking lefts, taking rights. Yes, okay. Hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. There it is. You circle around for hours before finding several paths that become narrower and narrower with thorns. You find a pass that leads about 50 feet, you see where it submerges itself into a pool of poison. And it's completely engulfed. You look left, you look right. Through the intelligence, you would know that both of those paths would lead you back towards the outer rim of this maze. And you get the sense that the only way forward is through this poisonous liquid. That in order to pass, it would require full submersion into the pool and beyond.
Don't like that. Yeah, this is the way forward, guys. I'm sure of it.
Oh, who feels like being poisoned today?
Already been once.
That's true. When we come out the other side, does anyone have anything to help us?
No.
No.
Not at present, no.
You see Harriet kind of bounce towards the edge of this pool and kind of like, seems familiar. If I recall, I am not a big fan of this.
Thanks, Harriet.
Anytime.
Can we go over? Can we like climb up? Is there anything that we can climb up to go over instead of through?
So you see as the tunnel of the bramble kind of gets lower and lower, where it maybe has a few inches almost touching the surface of this liquid. Like thick, viscous green.
I think we're just gonna have to rip off the band-aid.
I'd like to use my rapier and see if I can cut any of the bramble.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
16.
Okay. Slice off a few. It does come away. See it kind of like
I mean,
plop, plop, drop into the poison.
we could go swimming or we could try to cut our own path.
Are these flammable?
Sure.
Should we try burning a hole?
For it.
Let's
Strong
do it.
will step back.
Worst case, we have water right here we can dive into, so we're fine.
Oh, is that what you call it?
I guess, can I light an arrow on fire and send it into the brambles, see if it catches?
Yeah. Do you guys have any more torches? Those ones long burned out. Worth noting.
Oh yeah, I have torches for days.
Light a
Okay.
torch.
I'll undo the like wrap from the torch and wrap it around your arrow.
Easy enough.
Nice.
Fire it into the bramble. All right. Roll me attack roll.
11.
So you kind of bounce off one of the thicker thorns and kind of into the pool. goes out. Ow, crumb.
Muddle under my breath.
I know I said I have torches for days. I meant like 2 days. But I'll get another wrapping out, and I also have some arrows, so I'll give you some arrows to replace the ones that you've already used.
Another attempt.
Okay. I'll also dig some torches out of my bag and hand them, and I'm like, for using yours.
Oh, thank you.
All right, attempt number 2. Oh, much better. 25.
Okay. Stick into the thicker portion of the bramble, and you see it begin to kind of like crackle and pop as the thorns and bramble begin to burn away, kind of like, as quickly as it seems to burn and smoke. You see it beginning to grow at about the same rate and replace itself.
Did the ones that I cut off replace themselves?
They do. Well,
Oh, silly regenerating bramble.
All right then.
so you hear this kind of like
Behind us.
Yeah.
maybe about, like, you can't see anything yet, but you hear something coming up your way potentially.
I'm gonna pull off my really nice sweater that's taken a bit of a beating already today, and I'm gonna try and wrap as much of it as I can around my mouth and nose, and I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna try and swim through this.
Okay. So you guys see Strone just kind of now shirtless, I'm assuming, bit of leather armor.
No,
underneath.
I have my armor on. I just like a nice cozy sweater on top of that.
It's kind of like, oh, how are we doing this? Oh, no. Pulls his little wizard hat down as far as it can go and just grabs onto your leg.
Sharon's gonna be like, well, all right, and kind of plugs their nose and then kind of
Plunges
jumps in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take my belt and my cloth belt and kind of do the same thing that he did. Just jump
Okay.
in.
I'll follow
I'm also
you.
holding my breath. I'm not trusting this
Yeah.
wool porous sweater to save me from this.
All right. Tolan, Scott, you see your companions just wade straight into this thick liquid. It's like it's so thick that it doesn't even cause ripples when they enter. It's just kind of this
Hmm.
Oh boy.
I'll just
as you guys delve into it, begin to
Just-
swim.
follow right behind Snowy and just hold my breath. Not even do any sort of like covering up, but just like, and delve in.
All right.
I mean, Tolan has, scale mail armor and a shield, so I don't think he's going to swim so much as just
Walk.
take a deep breath and start walking, wading into the pool.
So,
All right.
Before we come out the other side, we had another donation. So this is a help. The next natural 1 becomes a natural 20 is what they have specified, but they haven't specified who. So
Ooh.
if you roll like
natural
poo, it's
one.
not so pooey anymore.
Love it. Beautiful. All right. On that note, need everybody to make me Constitution saving throws. If you have
time.
advantage because of natural things, such as being a dwarf or whatever have you, you may have advantage.
All right. 15.
Okay. 15. Great.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice.
5.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think I might change out my D20. Just for a
It's
little
a-
bit.
That's a 9 for me, which I'm guessing is a failure. And I'm going to, if so, I'm going to use my ability favored by the gods.
All right.
So,
Yes.
I
We'll
will-
definitely fail out of game.
Yeah, I'll roll 2d4 to add to it. Almost really good. I added 7, so that's a 16 now. Whew.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
That'll be great. That'll be great.
Looked at fondly from above, I guess.
All right. So, as you guys plunge through, and Colin, sorry,
Yeah.
did I get yours?
Nope. I have advantage on saves against poison. I rolled a 1 and a 5. So that's a 7.
Okay.
Oh no.
Very strong.
Wait, couldn't you use the 1 for the 20?
It's
It
that,
is-
that's not what the roll ended up being. So
Right.
Oh, that's
I
true.
don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
True. That's true. Okay, fair enough. And snaps. What was yours again, John?
15.
15. Right. Thank you. Okay. So as you guys plunge through and begin to swim. So each of you will take 5 points of poison damage as you swim through. Snaps, as you're leading, you swim on for about 50 feet, 60 feet. Hard to see in front of yourself. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, sorry. That's a 15.
Okay, nice. As it's hard to see, you pushing your hands forward, you feel the edge of a bramble, basically, where this path ends. You naturally shoot upwards, but you emerge out of this basically poisonous tunnel of liquid into a chamber. So, Tolan and Snowy, you guys are both under the poisoned condition. As your companions follow up behind you, one by one, following your lead, emerging out of this completely soaked and covered in this viscous, poisonous liquid.
Just try to
Is this
shake
like
it
a
off.
larger chamber, or is it still kind of like before?
It is a vast dome chamber of bramble.
Then I will
See,
fly up and do like a figure 8 kind of thing and just flutter around and shake this crap off me.
that's fair enough.
For the 5 points of poison damage, I have resistance to poison.
Okay, so you take half, so 2.
Thank you.
So as you guys emerge, you shake yourself off a little bit. Eventually, you come to the center where your eyes all merge at once. Where you see an enormous creature. Fear washes over your entire body as the immense scaled body of this large, green, winged reptile inhales a deep breath, which sucks the very air from your lungs. See a green steam erupt from its nostrils and oozes down its snout and glistening teeth as it lets out a deep, rumbling growl. No one disturbs my slumber.
Is this in common or draconic?
Common.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say that we were frightened as well?
Just the natural reaction
Oh,
of
okay.
such an immensely large creature.
The chosen ones?
Yeah.
Chosen.
Harriet here knows what's up.
Just pick up the bunny.
You could probably explain what's going on.
Grab him by the ears.
Not by the ears. So just grab him around the waist and kind of hold him up right there
Hold him
in
up.
front of me.
Yes, great. Akua here. Hi, good to see you. Yes, I have brought the chosen ones for the Suthea, and we are here. We wish to find passage to the Hag of the Forgotten Forest. Yes. As he kind of narrows his brow and kind of, as he's laying curled up, he kind of stands up in immensity, and you see its whole body reaching almost the top of this tall bramble of thorns. stands well over you and kind of exhales. Mm. You wish to find the hag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct,
Mhm.
sir.
Please.
You bring an offering.
I kind of figured that, the hag probably sounds to me like they might be a bit of a nuisance to you, a rival. Maybe you could expand your realm if they weren't in the picture, so figure our offering could maybe be we'd deal with that as part of what we're doing. A little bit of a win-win.
Clever fairies. We desire one thing. The return of our faithful Harriet. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. We won't be doing that. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. We'll have to fix something else. Not me. Do not give me to this creature, please. Find another way.
Why,
Something else would be lovely.
Harriet? Why does the creature want you?
I'm just a small bunny.
I will speak in Draconic and say, what if he returned to your service, traveling the Fey Wilds to spread the word of how amazingly strong and fearful and amazing a creature you are?
You see a little grin crease on its scaly lips. Roll me persuasion check.
Okay, so what is my modifier? Let's hope this isn't poop. You said persuasion? 14?
Worthy. My name is well known. The Bunny. Lee. Or I will take your lives instead. You see a little bit of poisonous smoke erupt from its lips, kind of.
Does sound like a pretty
No, 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 no,
good
no,
trade.
no. He's going to try and squirm out of your hands right now. If you would like to hold on to him, you can roll me an athletics check.
I'm just gonna put him down.
Okay, he immediately runs and dives into the pool of poison behind you. See anger crease across this dragon's face. What do you guys want to do?
Why do you want that weak, forgetful bunny?
A creature as small as you would not be understanding of such a purpose. Fetch the rabbit, or perish here.
But the rabbit's our friend, and I don't want to give up our friend.
I think the rabbit has made the choice for us.
Also that.
I mean, before we go right there, if we only got two choices, like, come on, let's think outside the room here, man. Like, there's got to be something else you want aside from one of us or all of us gone or the rabbit? What else do you want? Come on.
Are you hungry? I can make you blueberry tarts.
Money troubles?
You anger the great Arcuakir. Unwise mortals. And it begins to exhale a deep breath within itself.
I am going to hide behind whoever is closest to me.
I'm going to fly straight up.
Not out of fright, just hiding though in case.
I try and take cover. Though I imagine there isn't much in this area.
Just you see several pools around the area. As you look around, you see probably maybe 15 different pools of poison that lead into this room. Flying up, taking cover.
I'm gonna stand where I am, but I'm gonna cast Bless on myself, on Snowy, and on Snaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a moment passes before this creature it begins to exhale a 90-foot cone of poisonous breath,
We're very doomed.
of which all of you will take a Constitution saving throw.
So D4 to Snowy and to
It is at this time that I would love to ask for some assistance from the great lands beyond. For our
That was
party.
a 25. Thank you for the bless.
That's pretty great, actually.
it's
15 on my con.
it's Constitution saving throw. Ooh.
Yeah, I also got a 15. Thank you for the bless. That kind of saved my butt.
I got a 25.
There we go.
Sorry, snaps. What was 24 Scott? 25? Okay.
Yep.
15 Snowy.
Mm-hmm.
Strone.
15.
Tolan.
10.
10. Okay. Strone. Snowy. Tolan. You guys each take 77 points of poison damage and are completely obliterated in a cloud of poisonous smoke and ash.
Yep.
Snaps. Scott.
That's a lot of damage.
You take 38, if I'm mathing that. No, 37 points. Something along those lines of poison damage. 77 and a half.
I'm still standing, y'all.
You're still standing.
Oh yeah, I got 8 hit points.
Yeah, 38 points. Sorry, rather. 38 points.
Yeah, sorry, I have 7 hit points.
Scott, are you okay? Are you alive? You're okay. You're down as well.
I'm
As you
unconscious.
just, and you see your companions are just completely evaporated, like gone.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Rabbit, small creature, you dare defy the great Arcuakir?
What if I'll use I'll like grow large, and like I'm not as small as I look. I'm a little bit bigger. Maybe I could help you expand your brand outside of this forest. You know, like that was pretty impressive, and like, wouldn't it pay to have somebody at least live to tell the tale of how you did all that? I mean, preferably all of us, if I could, you know, heal these guys up and bring them with me. But you know, you gotta. Honestly, this forest keeps forgetting things, and I'm sorry to say I haven't heard your name before. So I think if I could expand your renown, that would be quite beneficial to us both. I'd live and you'd get more fame.
You make me a persuasion check for the sake of it. But as you are having this speech, you see its eyes glaring down at you, and they slowly start to drift down towards the pools.
So we have a question from the chat, Matt,
Uh-oh.
and I leave this completely up to you. The wind chill factor, I think it might have been a joke, but I'm asking just in case. How much does it take to bring everyone back?
That I would leave up to our moderators. So that being you, Carolyn, a donation of at least, probably more than like at least $10, I would say.
All right. So we shall say.
$10.01 would probably cover it nicely.
Okay, I like that. If it was a joke, wind chill factor. Okay. Clicks Forward has said $5 a person. So how about this? $5 a person, or 10.01 for the whole group.
You never joke about D&D.
It is a except when I'm playing it. That's what they say.
It's a group discount. That's good.
I'm down for that, absolutely. Persuasion check was?
That was a 14.
Okay. See him snarl. Harriet! And see like the small pink bunny pulling free from the pool. You see Strone, sorry. You see it pull free Scott, Tolan, Snowy, one by one, out of the pool, their bodies laying on the ground, before you hear this kind of like from each one of you. Right. Or I will disintegrate you again. Is it kind of like, I do believe my services are better left in the care of Suthea. Group discount. Love that. Yeah, sure, why not?
I think you might have to take one for the team, Harriet.
I can't remember why I don't want to be a slave servant, whatever it might be, to this creature, but I can tell you I don't want to.
But if you can't remember, it might not be that bad. It could have been a really good time.
So as each one of you kind of like you cough out poison, and like you're all restored to your full hit points. You've just been reincarnated. As the creature bellows out again. With me, little Harriet. It will be fun.
See? It's okay, little guy.
Is there anyone?
Carolyn, I think you're muted.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt, but there is a few runs of donations that may impact what is going to come next.
Okay.
So we did have a donation that was the $10 for the group reviving, and they gave an extra 15 and said hinder the dragon somehow for the extra 15 if it would be allowed. And
yeah.
Another
something-
donation that said if there can be a party-wide thing rolled chosen by the DM to help the party.
I would say that would be in the portion of trying to convince Harriet that this is a good thing, that you should be a worthy martyr, so to speak. I'll allow for a full advantage on that.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt, but...
Not at all. No, that's very important. As you see, he's like completely quivering underneath his little wizard hat, kind of like... And you guys are all trying to convince him. Who wants to make the roll here? It's at advantage. Persuasion check for Harriet.
I mean, I have proficiency in it, so I'll go for it.
As you're like dripping wet with
There we go.
poisonous liquid.
23.
Ooh.
So, if I recall, because I haven't crossed it out yet, the next natural 20 or the next natural 1 becomes the opposite.
The next natural 1 becomes a 20, and then we also have Hinder the Dragon somehow.
Oh, right. Okay, so I'll do a disadvantage for the roll because I rolled a nat 20. For Harriet, which becomes a 4. As he's kind of like, how bugger. Guess we all have to do our part then, don't we? Oh, Soothsayer, if this is my path, so be it. Hakumakir. I guess I'm yours. As he kind of leans back and. Very well. Come. Begins to like trembly small steps, one in front of the other. And lays down this large claw for it to hop up into before it puts it up on its shoulder, and you see the small pink bunny sitting atop the shoulder of this immense ancient green dragon.
Not too bad, Harriet.
It'll be like old time. Very well. I will open the path to the Hague of the Forgetful Forest. And see its eyes kind of roll into itself before it leans its head over and begins to erupt a huge torrent of green liquid on the ground before you. Into this large swirling pool as it kind of go now, chosen one.
So you want us to swim in your vomit?
Just
Question
smiling.
it. It's that or the breath. So,
I'm just gonna jump in.
I'll try not to forget you, Harriet.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Okay. Jumps in.
So
Just
I'm
jumping in.
guessing
Yep.
the rest of us just sort of come back to life then.
Yep, yeah, you guys are fully healed.
All right, I'll just jump in with the rest of everyone.
Yep.
So as you guys each one by one pass through this icky, thick liquid, you feel yourselves sinking slowly like molasses or whatever sunk the dinosaurs. I can't remember what it's called.
Tar?
That's it. Car. You feel your feet begin to swing freely for a moment as you pass through before you drop one by one, covered in this icky, sticky, magical substance. As you arrive through this portal, you feel dirt below your feet, and emptiness surround you, and only a green smog and the dead earth below your feet before you hear a cackling from beyond the mist. As it mocks and surrounds your every thought with doubts. Need everyone to make me intelligence saving throw.
Oh, yay. That's a 12.
Drone has a 10.
I got a 0.
Ooh.
12 was
Six.
Strone, or sorry, 10 was Strone.
Correct.
Snaps was 10 or 12 rather.
11.
Okay, Tolan.
Six for
And
Scott.
Scott was
6.
6. Tolan
10.
10. Okay. You all fail. Each of you see a great large cloud of gas begin to form before your eyes. You feel cold, and the sound of heavy thunder pours through you. As this great gas begins to form, you see a great mallet in its arms smash towards you. You each take 7 points of damage, and you are now frightened.
Quick question.
Yep.
I know all the people that got eviscerated in the breath got fully healed. Did I get healed as well?
No.
Cool, I'm down. I had exactly 7 hit points left.
Okay. So each of you see this large gaseous figure in your own mind in front of you slam into you. Snaps, you fall. What do you guys want to do?
I have advantage on being frightened.
Being frightened? Okay. Say,
I'm-
roll me another intelligence saving throw for the sake of it.
8.
Okay, so you're still frightened.
Okay.
I'm just going to instinctively. I'm guessing we're not all within touching distance, and I can't move forward while frightened.
Weirdly
So-
enough, you don't even see your companions. None of you do. You only see this figure in front of you and then gas around you.
Oh, so I don't see
Wonderful.
snaps go down.
No.
Oh.
Actually, the beginning of your turn, blah, blah, blah. So you can choose to use an action to make an investigation check to figure out what's going on, or you can use your action for something else. But we don't really need a turn order here. Just whoever wants to do something.
If I'm not aware of snaps going down, then I would, just try to make sense of what I'm seeing.
Okay, investigation check from you.
3?
Okay.
No idea.
I would like
Big,
to also roll investigation.
big hammer cloud.
11.
You also see nothing in front of you. Nothing wrong with this illusion other than it's slamming into you with an impact you feel throughout your whole body.
I'm going to jump on the investigation train with the reasoning that I have high enough wisdom that if everyone suddenly disappeared, then something is up. If that is all right, Matt.
Yep. Hold on.
Okay, so...
I did forget these are actually a disadvantage because you're all frightened right now.
But
Well, it hasn't mattered so far, so.
Okay, that turned my 15 into a 2, so 2.
Okay. Colin?
Yeah, I guess I'll try to investigate as well.
Okay.
That would be a 2 as well.
My goodness. Snaps, make me a death saving throw.
Yes, sir. That's a 13, so one
Okay,
success.
Yeah, one check. As you hear this cackling again, this large gaseous figure slams down into each one of you again for 2 points of psychic damage. Next round.
Is this considered a melee attack or just like spell damage?
Spell damage, basically. It's
Just
closest
curious as
to-
to if it'd be 1 or 2 failures.
Oh, for you? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just gonna be counted as 1.
Cool.
Bright side, we've already
round.
established the revive rate.
Mm-hmm.
Is this? Sorry, just a. I mean, rules as written. I know I get a little tricky, but if this is a psychic effect and Snaps is unconscious, then presumably it wouldn't be affecting him anymore.
It's attacking his mind, even though his mind is not conscious of the fact. Still
Okay.
attacking him from internals.
I would
And we
like to
can't
get-
see anything. It's just all like foggy.
Other than this big gaseous figure in front of you, you can't see anything else right now.
How close
Yeah.
is that gaseous figure?
Right up on you, within 5 feet for sure.
Great. Well, I'm gonna swing at it with my 2 daggers then.
Be an attack roll, but disadvantage.
Uh, 11.
11 will miss as you kind of, and you see your
But-
daggers like go through this mist with no effect.
I'm
You
just
hear this
gonna.
voice kind of cackle. Foolish!
Do I roll again for my second one, for my second dagger in 2-hand, or is
Right.
that just the only one?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. That was a 20 and a 17, so that would be 21. With taking the
21
disadvantage.
hits. Roll me damage.
I didn't want to roll that dice. That one's a lot better. 6.
6 points of damage as you hear this kind of like. Okay. So that was Strone, Snowy, Tolan, Scott.
I would like to still be looking for everybody else I'm here with. So I think like I'd kind of look around, and as I turn my head, is the thing still in front of me?
Still in front of you. Roll me an investigation check.
Yeah, so I'll do that again.
And
At
disadvantage.
Okay. Drop the 18. That's a 12, 13.
Hey. Just passes as you see
Oh!
this illusion change into where you see your allies around you, and in the very center of you all, you see this gnarled, squat, hunched over, gangly individual with long, flowing green hair peeling away from its nasty-looking flesh and scalp. And you see this long, hideous nose hanging off it. Well, in its grasp, you see a hard-looking piece of crystal shard, and it kind of like. But you do see your companions, and you see Snaps just unconscious on the ground. You see them like like Strone just swiping wildly into the air, basically like.
Okay. So that was an action to do the
That was your action, yeah.
action. Am I still frightened?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use Quicken Spell.
Ooh.
Wait, no, I'm not going to do. Wait, oh, hold on. Do I need to do Quicken Spell? No, that's not what I was going to do. It's already a bonus action. I'm going to Twin Spell. Healing Word.
Oh.
Already a bonus action.
Nice.
So I'm going to twin Healing Word to one to Snaps. And because I'm going to kind of take it as like, oh, you're swinging your dagger. You know what's going on. I'm going to send the other one over to Strone, which totally misreading the situation, but so we're going to go with. So this one is, that's 5 for Strone.
Thank you.
So 5 for Strone, and then Snaps, you get 8.
Nice. As you feel the life come back within you, Snaps.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Snowy, Tolan.
I guess Tolan's still trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. If you're just trying to figure it out, roll me an investigation check.
That is a 15 on the lower.
15. As you kind of peel around and you kind of get this sense like this can't be real before you shake it free, and you see in the center, and you see your allies circled around this individual right in the middle, this nasty looking green hag kind of.
Okay. And I'm assuming that Snaps is still on the ground as well.
Still on the ground. You see like his lungs, expanding, and his eyes pop open.
Okay. Instinctively, Tolan will also cast Healing Word on Snaps as a bonus action.
And you're no longer frightened as well.
Cool. So that's 1d4 plus 6. So that is 10 points restored
Right.
to snaps.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Snowy?
Back to 30%.
Again, my wisdom's thinking there's something not up. I'll probably just try and shift a bit to try be a moving target and investigate what's going on. So that's pretty high. One, the disadvantage, not quite so much. You said this was investigation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7.
You're still trying to fight this creature or trying to get away from it.
I'm kind of
great.
like dodging while trying to see if there's something up, but yeah, you just see me sort of dodging and weaving.
So as you do, it kind of slams down, and you feel the impact of this, and you guys all just see Snowy just kind of take this hit from seemingly nothing. You take 4 points of psychic damage. That's all. Well, yeah, that's still what she's going to be doing. Okay. The rest of you are up. Throne snaps your back. You're alive. What do you guys want to do? You see this individual in the middle, except for you, Snowy, who is still under the effects of this, and Strone, you're also still under the effects of this,
I was
technically.
gonna say I hit it, but I didn't come out.
Or
Right?
not, yes, that's right. That's right. You're still under the effects of this, so you also took 4 points of psychic damage as well. My
I
apologies.
assume I'm also still under the effects of this, because
Yep.
I just died and then came back. So
Yeah, I didn't have you in there, so yeah, 4 points of psychic damage as well.
sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. We'll start with those who can actually see for the moment. So we'll do Tolan or Scott.
I've got something. If
I've
Go
got
ahead.
okay, I am going to go ahead and cast a spell at the what I would understand or what I would believe would be the source of this. This hag in the midst of us. I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at the hag.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, spell tap. It's a nat 20.
Oh!
Ooh, that was good. Oh, and this is a Chaos Bolt. Okay. So, It's a question actually about how Chaos Bolt works when you double the dice. Am I just going to count the 2 for like counting the like what element it is, and then the other 2 are just damage?
That's a good question. Actually,
Yeah.
we'll probably establish the type of damage initially, and then work off of whatever that will be, and then we'll determine the amount of damage.
Sure. So I'll do the regular damage first to see what it is, and then I'll roll the extra dice after. Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah. So remember, you could max one of the d8s, I suppose.
I'll to make it so there's a little more chaos. I'll max it on the ones that doesn't determine the dice for
Love it.
For
Love
extra
it.
fun here. And I'm hoping that okay. So cold or poison are the 2 options I have. Just gonna kind of feel out that green hag probably not going to go the poison route. So a chilly bolt just exudes out from me and hits the hag for
Shard into her, kind of.
yeah. So that is 12 there plus 8 is 20. 29 points of cold damage
Ooh.
is going to jump out at the hag.
Yeah, she's not super happy about that.
Understandable. And then from there, I'm going to. I will kind of stand my ground, stand in place, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Tolan?
I guess Tolan will. Oof.
3 of your companions kind of turning in all directions, kind of like doing what they can, and you see like Scott kind of just straight into this being that you can see directly, and it kind of like shatter into her.
Who among our group am I closest to?
Let's see, for the sake that I wrote it down and such, you are next to Tolan and Strone.
Tolan Strone and who?
Tolan.
That's,
I mean,
that's
sorry. Snowy and Scott. My apologies. I had this mixed up. Thank you.
okay.
Okay.
Then I'll turn to Snowy and attempt to help to snap her out of it. So I'm going
Okay.
to sort of, take her and put my hands on her arm and say, "It's not real. It's not real."
Okay, so allow for advantage on Snowy's next attempt for the investigation, for sure. So that's your help, using the help action. Great.
Yes, using the help action.
Love it.
Thank you.
Snowy snaps Strone.
I guess I'll
Sounds like
investigate.
Interesting book.
Yay, I think I might finally make it. 16.
16, as you kind of feel this shaking across from you, and you feel your companion on your arms, and you flutter open your eyes, and you see this like white light of kind of cold magical energy shatter across, and kind of the coldness splashes across your face, kind of waking you up a little bit. And you see this sickly looking green hag in the center of the room. So is your action?
Yep. I guess.
Okay. Snaps.
All right. I'm gonna stand up. I'll use my bonus action to use Second Wind and try and heal a little bit.
Okay.
For 13 points. That's helpful. I'm not a very investigative person, so I'm just gonna try and attack this swirling mass that's in front of me.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
That's how that goes. At disadvantage, that's a 15 to hit.
Okay. You slash out towards it. Do what you can.
12 points of piercing.
Okay. No problem. As you hear her kind of like, you see Snaps just like slicing and smashing in the complete opposite direction you guys are facing. Strone?
So I hit something. So now I'm going to try and figure out what it was that I hit.
All right. Investigation check. Still frightened. Disadvantage.
So that's cool. 22.
Okay, nicely done. As you kind of just like, "Ugh, this can't be real." You blink twice more before your eyes flutter open, and you just see this nasty looking green, sickly, hideous hag in the center, and all your companions kind of like circling around it. Except for Snaps, who is in the other direction, just kind of flailing into the mist. That was your action? You have a bonus action?
How close are folks to the hag?
Everyone's within 5 feet. It's a very small little cluster.
Okay.
Or 5 or 10 feet. I'm not too picky about it.
Is there anything that I can kind of get behind to hide to take any cover? No. I'm just going to kind of slip behind one of my companions then, so that they're between me and the hag.
All right. The hag. So the only person still affected would be Snaps. So you get slammed for 6 points of psychic damage. And she's still going to be using her action to do that until otherwise. Okay. That goes to you guys again.
Would it be fair to say that I'm kind of like associating the cackling with the pain, like the grimacing that Snaps is doing? Like, am I seeing kind of a connection between there?
Say that's relatively easy to determine.
Okay. Yeah. I am going to targeting kind of like right in the center of where this hag is.
Okay.
I am going to cast the spell Silence.
Ooh, okay. So just you hear her kind of like,
and there is now a 20-foot radius sphere centered at right where she's at, who's now surrounded by all of us. So I'm like kind of okay with that.
Nice.
And yeah, all immune to thunder damage. It is concentration for me, and yeah, all casting of spells with a verbal component is impossible, and everybody is deafened while in there.
Okay, beautiful. Well done.
Yeah,
That's your action.
that is my action. Yes.
Stolen, Snowy, Snap, Strone.
Yeah.
I'll guess try to talk to Tolan and then realize I can't. So just sort of nod, and I'm gonna point to Snaps, and then walk over and just dump my water skin on his head.
Okay.
Snap him out of it.
You feel yourself getting wet for a second. You're like, what? What? I'll say for the sake of that, we'll do the help action, and that will give him advantage on the save. So making it neutral again, yeah.
Not intelligent, not charismatic.
Okay, so that was your action.
That's my action.
Snowy, all right. Tolan, Snaps, Strone. Tolan,
I guess I'll
Strone, you guys
try
can see
to.
Snaps.
I guess I'll try to do the investigation then. Figure out where this water is coming from.
Am I wet and in pain?
14.
Okay, so you look above you and you just see a water skin and like this feathery hand just kind of pouring water over top of you before you turn back around and you see this hideous hag kind of like presumably cackling, but unsuccessfully so. Okay. Nice. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Strone, Tolan.
So everyone's essentially within 5 feet, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. We're going to go in with a sneak attack on that one then. And I guess that we shall use the finesse or ranged weapon. Yeah, I'll use my rapier.
You stab towards.
19.
Hits. Roll me damage. Sneak attack.
10.
10 points of damage. You're gonna...
And then I will disengage.
Okay. And just kind of... All right.
Yep. Kind of step back just behind whoever it was. Disengage.
Tolan?
I guess I'll take a swing with my warhammer.
All right. Pulling forth the warhammer. Roll me an attack roll.
Oh. Well, actually, so I'm at disadvantage because I'm poisoned. But I just rolled a nat 1, which I think is the first nat 1 since we got that help.
So it becomes a nat 20!
Yeah!
So
that is the guidance of Avina coming forth as you feel like you're swinging your weapon, but all of a sudden it comes forth with so much force you've never felt before, and kind of whoosh. It's almost like something forcibly pushing your hand forward.
Okay, so I roll. So now I roll two damage die.
Just max the other one and roll the other one.
Okay, so we'll roll 1 and then I get max on the other one. So
D8 plus 8.
D8. So I do 2 plus 8 is 10 damage.
10 points of damage. Yeah, your strength is pretty low. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Ooh, as you feel the connection and you almost hear her, but you can't because it doesn't make any sound. Beautifully done, by the way. That comes to
gorgeous
Hagarella. What can she do? She's gonna slash towards you, Scott, who's holding concentration.
Oh no.
For a 17 to hit.
17 is going to hit.
All right, so she's gonna stick out one of her wretched claws and slash towards you. Yes.
No, never mind. I was gonna say I had something, but I didn't know that he cast silence because I was still under the influence. So
okay.
I wouldn't try and stop this.
It's gonna be for 11 points of slashing damage. Roll me a Constitution.
Okay.
Concentration.
Wow, that took a while. 15 on the con save.
Hold concentration as you just managed to hold on. She's kind of like right with you. Up to you guys. What do you want to do?
My turn is nice and simple. I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay, dodging. Gotcha.
Try to hold her to just be slashing.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll try and attack her now that I actually know where she is.
Okay, roll me attack roll.
19 to hit.
Hits. Roll me damage.
That's going to be 11 points of piercing, and I'm going to use my fire rune again to do 8 points of fire damage and have her do a strength saving throw.
That's a oh, her strength is actually really good. But a 9 on the save.
That fails. She is restrained, so now my friends can have advantage on their attacks.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. He's looking pretty rough after that as well. Okay. Snowy, Tolan, Strone.
Oh, I can't. It's 20 feet for the silence bubble, correct?
Yep.
That 20-foot radius, yeah.
Okay. So I'm basically going to travel so I'm outside that radius.
No problem.
Sort of just clicking my tongue until I hear a... As soon as I do, I whip around.
She will try to make a swipe at you if you're leaving her attack arc, if that's okay.
That's fine. I accept.
It's going to be a 16.
That
to
hits. Yep.
Whoa! Max damage. Man, 20 points of slashing damage.
I'm not dead yet.
She slashes, like, really connects with you, and you're like, ah! You pull free, though. She'd laugh if she could.
I've got 9 health points left. I'm still alive. So I'm going to go out, and I'm going to turn, and I'm going to give her this, like, the stink eye, draw back my bow, and cast my last spell slot of magic missile.
Right. It's gonna be close.
This one. The first one is 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Second one is 2 points of damage, so that's a total of 6.
Okay.
Plus another 4, so that's a total of 10.
Okay. She wavers back. You see blood drip from her mouth as she kind of... Still up. Barely. Strone.
Going in with the rapier and a sneak attack again.
Okay, roll me an attack roll.
At advantage.
Yeah. At advantage. I am lucky. That didn't help me at all. That was a 7.
7.
Oh,
7
wow.
misses as you swing forward with your rapier, and she kind of like catches it in the cloak, and you feel like you've hit purchase, but she kind of just... You pull free, she's still standing.
Disengaged in shame.
She has a chance here to potentially live.
Did Tolan go this round?
I don't think... Can't Rob
No.
on this
I
round?
don't think you did actually. Now, thank you.
I guess Tolan will take a swing with the Warhammer again.
Okay, this could do it. This could do it.
Tolan,
Still have advantage.
Tolan.
That is a 14 to hit.
14 misses. And so as you swing back with the hammer, and she manages to kind of push it aside with her claw. She's going to...
At the beginning of her turn, she takes 7 points of fire damage.
That'll kill it. He like reels back, and you see her like kind of pull her cloak around her instinctively before she kind of...
And my chains are going to pull those arms back. You're not doing nothing.
And her body with such force explodes and erupts into this kind of powdery mist, kind of... As all you see is a single crystal shard kind of
I will
where she once stood.
dive and try and catch it.
Dexterity check.
Alright. 4.
You slide, you drop it, it clatters down on the dust before you, makes no sound. But as your fingertips touch it, you feel a warmth across all of you before your vision is immediately blinded by a bright white light. And you hear this angelic voice, powerful and calming, force its way through you. As you feel your bodies be pulled in some direction. You have done well, my heroes. And I am grateful for your service. Your efforts, of course, will not go without reward. As your bodies materialize, and you find yourself in this illuminate fortress of white light and crystal shimmering. You see a being in front of you of angelic light. Reaches down towards each of you with a long, large hand. Tell me, how shall I reward you each for bringing light again to the material plane? What do you desire most? Name it, and it shall be yours.
Snowy will step forward and say that it's not me, but I want our little gunny bunny guide to be free, and for the dragon to forget about him.
You kind of, you see, oh my, where am I? Oh, wait, oh, hello. Those who there. Did we do it? Did we win?
Yes, your sacrifice was not in vain.
Sacrifice? What are you talking about?
I meant the
Exactly.
dragon to forget about
Thea's
him.
like, What do you mean? What? Anyway, good to see you all again. Looking as good as you ever.
I would like a bag of holding with an easy bake oven so I can make everybody a nice supper.
So you're kind of between the tips of her fingers, holds out
Okay.
like an easy bake oven bag of holding, essentially, and passes it over to you. You hear the kind of. It's already got cookies in it.
Sprinkle some lime zest on them and hands them out.
We have another donation. I just want to give a shout out because I don't think we're actually going to get another roll, but there was a help for Snowy, so thank you. They put the minion sister. I know who that is. But okay, back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks towards the other three of you.
Not to be vain, but personally, I would just love to be my large self all the time, if that is something that you could do.
You feel her hand come underneath your chin and kind of tickle you, and you feel your body kind of grow with each small scratch before you are standing in a large form, and your wings kind of.
Oh, that's much better.
Go ahead, Toad.
I really just want to be able to help people, but I think the best way that could happen is if you could do something about this poison I have.
Hands you a vial. Whispers in your ear. This will cure all those in need. Take it. Spread this across the land. Help.
Thank you.
And you?
I'm good.
She just bends low, kisses you softly on the cheek. Now that you have all served your purpose well, Harriet, if you could take them all back home, that'd be greatly appreciated. Of course. Right this way. No time to linger. We'll follow the path of pink posies all the way home. Come, come. Stay close. Begins to hop out. And that is where we will end our adventure for tonight. Good job, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Matt.
you.
It's fun. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I thank you to Matt for his amazing skills tonight and donating his time, and thank you to all of our players also for donating your time. We started this stream at just over $200, and as we wrap up this adventure, the donations are now sitting at $300. So thank you to all the
Nice.
generous people who not only helped our party literally back from the grave, but will
Thank you.
help kids get the treatment they deserve. You are wonderful.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for inviting me to be a part of this. Appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad that we
More-
were able to scheme this.
Yes, I will call it a scheme in light of recent hag events. Well done, guys.
All right.
And thanks for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Till
Thank you,
next
Matt.
time.
Bye. I'm taking it offline.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Cool.
Thank
That
you.
was
We are
super fun.
out.